And now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. Running room at the 50. Look out. Past the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, Tim? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team to just score, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big win early.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now a play fake. Brady. And his first pass is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. A first carry for Rashad White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Shotgun now for Brady. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
First down, here's White. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Rager, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen. They need for it to happen now. Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. That's not the same.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad White, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. To throw, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum, but not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brady with a quick throw here to Evans out wide. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. They go with White on the counter to the 43, second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go up the middle with White. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. On play action, now Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Cook again. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's going to get this one to the 20.
I don't know what the fuck man just did then, boy. They fucking did it, though.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. On play action, it's Brady. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone, but luckily they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in the red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Fair to say hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down. Here's Cousins being chased out left. That is caught by Thielen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The end result, 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Again, it's Cousins. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now it's seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trying. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing. Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Lewis Seen. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of put.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
I hear what you say.
And we welcome you back now alongside Charles.
I might try to make one little push. If we can't get none of this drive, I could see. I don't see that shit happening. But we gonna try something.
These two teams about to play their final half of the season.
It's been rough, man. I ain't tripping about this.
NFC wildcard bout. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here, so we'll get this up to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that has... And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. Loose inside the 30. Well, they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion